Finally home from work. Time to try out one of the all-time classics on my favorite emulator. Oh, it's nice to see Sony and Nintendo put things behind them. Did the game just crash?
What the Smurf? Are you Smurfing kidding me? Mother Smurfing Dolphin can't even play Smurfs Dance Party?
Smurf me. Worst emulator ever. In all seriousness, the Smurfs Dance Party is an interesting case for Dolphin. To get a better look at what's going on, let's run the game again, this time with real external frame buffer enabled. We can quickly skip most of these splash screens to see something a little bit different this time. Instead of a blank screen, we see an ominous Meta Fortress response message. But what does that mean? Meta Fortress is an anti-piracy tool created by security company Metaphoric, primarily to combat the R4 flash cartridge on the Nintendo DS. According to Meta Fortress's creators, it would swiftly end piracy on the DS due to its ability to resist patches from various flash carts. Unfortunately for them, time marched onward, and a lot of their claims are pretty interesting to read with forward knowledge of what was to come. But the DS wasn't the only one to get in on the Meta Fortress fun. The Wii has a few games with it too. Meta Fortress's tough anti-piracy inconvenienced people for a few days before it was patched out. A Pyrrhic victory for the mighty Meta Fortress. Unlike the copy protection in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the Smurfs Dance Party wasn't immediately solved. This wasn't because the protection was unbeatable, but rather because it's an unpopular failure of a dancing game. Here's a look at what the game would normally do on console. Interestingly, this is not the same copy protection as Kirby's Return to Dreamland. It's something completely new. After the intro, the game uses iOS Open on the USB 1.1 interface. Assuming you're booting the game normally from the system menu, the game is then able to access the interface through iOS 56. Meta Fortress then checks the return code. Seeing that the interface exists, Meta Fortress allows the game to boot up. How does this hope to catch potential pirates? Let's see what would happen on the typical USB launcher of the time. Once again, it uses iOS Open to access the USB 1.1 interface. But most homebrew launchers used iOS 58 for USB 2.0 support. This allowed faster USB transfer speeds for ISOs. But iOS 58 has an interesting difference from iOS 56. USB 1.1 has been hidden from the games. They can no longer access it. Meta Fortress then sees that the check failed, and the infamous Meta Fortress response pops up on the screen. So Meta Fortress was checking for a quirk from a newer iOS to defeat pirates. Unfortunately for them, this was easily defeated on console with a custom iOS. But how exactly did this catch Dolphin? Well, now that we know what it's looking for, that's pretty easy to see. Because the USB 1.1 interface wasn't implemented, Dolphin returned that the device didn't exist. Metafortress saw this unexpected response and killed the game. When we completed USB pass-through support for the interface Metafortress checked, the anti-piracy was no longer triggered. The game will now boot as per normal. With that, we'd like to thank everyone for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, here's some Smurfy goodness to hold you over.